In this lesson video, we will cover the basics of conditional formatting, and that is how to create, edit, and delete them. Also, an important concept about style stacking. For this lesson, I have prepared a file containing dummy data, which is a list of various archery sports products. Just imagine you own a shop that sells a variety of archery sport equipment, and you use this table to keep track of your store inventory. Column type contains the type of product. Is it an arrow, a bow handle, an archery target, and so on. Then the data in this column is the brand or the company name that manufactures the product. In this column, you will find the product name or code. Then in the stock column, you can check how many items available at the store. This purchase column is the purchasing price per unit, and the sell column is the selling price per unit. Then margin is the gross profit that you get per unit. Basically, this margin column contains a simple subtraction formula, that is the selling price minus the purchasing price. Then the sold column is the total units sold this year. And lastly is the total margin column, which is basically a formula that multiplies the sold value by the margin value. What conditional formatting means is basically dynamic formatting that can change depending on the conditions we specify. Excel provides many types of conditional formatting. We will try to discuss all of them step by step, from the simplest to the most complex. For the first example, let's say we want to easily detect products that are priced over $200. Suppose we want to color all of them in green. Because it is related to the selling price, we can click on column F to select all the selling price data in that column. Then, on the home menu, click on the conditional formatting menu item. We can see various categories of conditional formatting provided by Excel. At the moment, we are only interested in the highlight sales rules category, and select the option greater than. In this menu, we have to define the threshold value. We can type in here 200 manually like this, or if you see the number that you want exists in the grid. For example, we can see that the selling price in cell F16 is $200. You can just click this button. Remove any text just to be safe. Then, select the cell and press enter. Excel now references this cell to get the threshold value. But you need to be careful, because if the numeric data from this cell changes, then the conditional formatting rule will also change. For now, I just type here manually 200. Then, we want the color to be green, not red. We can click on this drop-down list. Here, we can see the red color option, which is the default. There is also yellow. This will only turn the text color to red, and this will only change the border color to red, etc. For now, we want to select this green fill option. Then click OK. And this is the result. Moving on from this simple example, there are three things that I want to discuss. The first is about style stacking. The second is about removing conditional formatting. And finally, about setting the threshold value and also editing the rules. Let's discuss the first one, style stacking. You need to remember that you can use conditional formatting on Excel tables as well as pivot tables. The application process is the same as the ordinary data we discussed earlier. What we want to highlight now is how the overlapping styles will affect the cells. Just for example, currently, we have a custom style of light blue fill color and dark blue text color in a header above. If we change this table data into an Excel table, then choose this striped orange table style, for example, then click OK. This is what we get as a result. If we imagine the cell styles as layers, then the table style will occupy the bottom position. Then a custom style, for example this blue one, will be placed above the table style. And so, the custom style will cover or override the table style. And finally is the style from conditional formatting. This style will be prioritized by Excel so that it will be placed at the top, covering or overriding the other styles underneath it. Suppose I select all cells in this header. You can select cell A1, then hold Ctrl, Shift, and right arrow. Notice when I change this fill color to no fill, instead of these cells becoming transparent, they will turn orange, which is the color of the table style underneath. If I select these cells and change the fill color to blue, we can see that the table style will be blocked, but the style of conditional formatting remains unchanged. So again, as the conclusion, the table style will be the lowest priority. Then above it is the custom style. And finally, the highest priority is the style from conditional formatting. You need to keep this in mind, especially when working with multiple styles at once. For now, I am undoing the table style. Next, we will discuss how to remove conditional formatting. In this example, we can see that Excel considers this cell header text to be a number whose value is greater than $200. That is why it is also colored in green. Of course, this is not correct. We want this cell to stick with the custom blue color underneath. To remove conditional formatting from certain cells, you have to select it first. Then open the conditional formatting menu again. Select the menu item Clear Rules. Then select Clear Rules from selected cell. Remember, do not click on this one, because this option will remove all conditional formatting from the entire worksheet. So click on this one. And now this cell is free from any conditional formatting. This means that Excel will not evaluate the cell when processing conditional formatting. In general, you want to do the same for all the headers in your table. So now you know how to remove conditional formatting on certain cells as well as on the entire worksheet. However, there are still other ways to remove conditional formatting, and that is by opening the conditional formatting menu. Then click on the Manage Rules button. Currently, the list of rules for conditional formatting appears empty. This is because the above option is set to only display rules attached to the current cell selection. And it happens that the selection is on the cell that doesn't have any conditional formatting. If we change this option to this worksheet, then Excel will display all the conditional formatting that exists in this worksheet, which currently only has one rule. To remove the rule, just select the rule from the list, then click the Delete Rule button. Click OK, and our worksheet is now clear from any conditional formatting. I am undoing now, so we have the conditional formatting back. Next, we want to discuss how to set the threshold value. Because we previously chose the greater than rule and used the number 200, therefore, an exact value of 200, like this for example, will be ignored. Suppose you want this number 200 to be highlighted also, then you should enter a threshold value of slightly below 200, for example, $199. That is one way to do it. Or you can change the condition so that it doesn't use the greater than rule. To do this, you can use a special window called the Edit Formatting rule. To access it, it is similar as before. That is, we first open the menu item Conditional Formatting. Then click on the Manage Rules button. Make sure we set this option to this worksheet so that we can see all the existing rules. Then choose this rule and click on the Edit Rule button. Now the Edit Formatting Rule window is opened. We'll cover this area in the next lessons. For now, let's focus on this area in the middle. We can see that the 200 value that we input earlier in this box. We can change the number to 199 like this. Or, let me restore it to 200. You can also change the rule from greater than to greater than or equal to. If you are done, click OK. Then click OK again. And now we can see the number 200 is also formatted in green color.